In Money Watch now, a federal court ruling on overtime pay is leading to a lot of uncertainty and a lot of questions for employees and their employers. Zach Mooney spoke with an expert on wage and labor laws today. All right, Zach, what's going on?
Well, Kristen, there's this new regulation that was set to take place next month that would mean a bigger salary or overtime pay for certain employees. That is now on hold. Attorney Dora Lanes has 13 years of experience in this field, and she's telling her clients to simply watch and wait.
Many folks have already rolled out the changes. Notifications have gone out to employees. Maybe some people's salaries have already been increased.
The Fair Labor Standards Act sets standards for minimum wage and overtime pay. A so-called white-collar exemption lets employers avoid paying overtime if the person has a salary of $23,660 per year. President Obama directed the Labor Department to raise that number to $47,476 per year. That change would have taken effect December 1st, but is now on hold after a federal judge ruled on one of a pair of lawsuits challenging that change.
So it is difficult to decide whether you want to now say, never mind, let's go back to how it was before, or we've already announced it, let's stick with it.
Nevada Attorney General Adam Laxalt led the fight for an injunction, arguing that the regulation would cost states money and jobs. He reacted to the ruling in a statement, saying in part, quote, "Businesses and state and local governments across the country can breathe a sigh of relief now that the rule has been halted," end quote.
What we have is, in effect, a halt of the implementation of the rules, so the judge is in no particular hurry at this time to decide one way or another.
But the court only put the changes on hold and still needs to decide whether they are lawful, which is the second part of the combined lawsuits. There's no date set for those arguments. The District Court of Appeals ruling could head to the Supreme Court, but depending on what the judge decides, a Trump administration may not decide to appeal it.
It will be interesting to see, in the event that the ruling goes against the Department of Labor, whether that would be a push by the new administration to further challenge the rule.
Regardless of the outcome, Lane has employers that have already made changes to the way they pay their workers.
They have some interesting decisions to make in the sense that there could be a morale issue if someone's salary gets decreased after it just was increased.
And Nevada law actually requires 7 days notice in order to drop an employee's salary. Covering Money Watch live in the newsroom, Zach Mooney, Channel 2 News.